Hey there everybody, this is Gary from Constricted and Addicted. It's been a while since I actually put like an update video out, so I figured it was time to do one. Had a lot of stuff going on, again, like in our lives. Really quickly, I just want to let you know that my father-in-law passed away yesterday morning. His name was Robert Wood. He was a very special man to me. He was almost like a father to me for the last 17 years of my life. Very special person. He did a lot of great things. And I want to dedicate this video to him. One of the things that he never did was like question my reptile keeping or why do I keep reptiles. Nothing like that. He was just very, very accepting of my hobby and everything else that I did. So like I said, you know, we lost a very, very beautiful person, a very loving soul, and I really want to dedicate this video to Bob, and thank you for all that you've done for me, and thank you for the opportunity to continue to love your daughter and keep her safe. That being said, it's time for some snakes, it's time for some updates, and what I really wanted to do was start with Cora. You know, as you all know, we've had some issues with Cora in the past, and she has just become a super, super easy snake to handle. I love this girl to death. I swear to God, I do. She's probably one of my favorites, and she's just gotten so easy to handle. She's so inquisitive and so personable. And the one thing that I really like about Cora is the relationship that we have. We've really had to earn. She was pretty defensive, pretty scared when I got her. And through working with her, through not giving up, through consistent practice, and just, you know, just holding her all the time, this is what we've come to. And she's just a joy. Like, she just gets on me and she wraps around me. She wraps around my head. She tries to get on ceiling fans and things like that. And just, I love this girl to death. She really is super personable. And it's shown me really how interactive RETICS are. And just taken a whole nother level of snake handling for me. So what I really like about the Super Dwarf is it's kind of a gamble. We never know, right? Like, just because you take a Super Dwarf and you made it to a mainland, like in this case, she's a 50% Kalatoa. So being 50% Kalatoa, either two 50% Kalatoas, a 50% Phantom, and a 50% Platinum is what she is. She's Phantom Platinum. So I'm sure Chris will correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure it was a 50% Platinum and a 50% Phantom Kalatoa. And she is the product of that. So with the 50%, you have 100%. If you add the two together, divide it by two, that's a 50% for the offspring. And but it doesn't guarantee that you're going to have an 8 or 9 foot snake at the end of the day. What it gives you the opportunity and the chance for is a smaller retic. I'll bring out some more retics. I've got some snakes that have shed, so stick around because I've got a lot of snakes to share. One of the snakes that shed was my Argentine, and this guy is just amazingly beautiful. He's really, really starting to darken up. His black and white is really starting to be a little bit more prominent now. Definitely getting a little bigger. I can't wait for him to really start to gain some size. Now, I don't overfeed my snakes. Artemis gets fed once every 2 weeks. And with once every 2 weeks, this is the size that he's been getting. He stays very, very fit as far as I'm concerned, or healthy. He's not round or obese in any way, shape, or form. He doesn't have any rolls, and he's a great, great eater. And this guy is just such a lazy boa constrictor as far as I'm concerned. He's not really a snake that grips on. He kind of just drapes himself, and he's like slow and methodic and very, very slow in what he does. But that's one of the reasons I like him so much, is because he's just that. He's kind of like, you can sit down and watch TV with him, and you can just, you know, you don't have to stand up and, you know, constantly move around with him. So that's one of the reasons I really like Artemis. He's kind of like my TV snake if I'm watching TV. Really good dude. I like him. Argentines are really going up in price lately. I mean, I've seen them jumping up to $1,000+ for just a typical Argentine boa constrictor. If you get the opportunity to put your hands on an Argentine and get one, I would really suggest doing so because they are just incredible animals. At least mine is, and just a joy to handle. Here's another super dwarf retic that I obtained from New Shed Serpents. Chris over there, great guy, super good guy to buy snakes from. I really like him, love the quality of his animals. And this is a Lavender albino, 32% Calatoa, 32% Jampea. Super dwarf. She's about 2.5 years old, I think. I think she's a little older than Cora, and she's definitely smaller than Cora. Again, she gets fed once every 2 weeks. And just another beautiful animal in my collection. I always wanted a Lavender albino super dwarf, and Chris had one. He made me a great deal on it. I'm really happy with her. But again, you know, he told me that he really didn't handle her, but she was a pretty chill animal. So if you saw my unboxing video of Cora, you saw that she flew out of my hands. I was scared, and we worked a lot to build the relationship that we have now. And I really thought that that was going to be the case with Clarice, and that hasn't been the case at all. She's just been super easy to handle from day one. I was able to unbox her and, you know, just handle her right from the get-go. And the more that I handle her, the more inquisitive that she gets. And this is, again, why I really like these super dwarf retics. They're super personable. It's not just Cora. Once I've been handling Clarice for a little while, she'll do the same thing. She'll start to rap on me. She'll start to like get very curious with me. Almost like she just kind of enjoys being with me. And I there's a connection. And I guess if you have the snake, you feel it, you understand it, you get it. And I totally get it with her. So she is like one of my newest obsessions, I guess you would call it. She's getting handled pretty much every day as I try to rotate all my snakes through. But, you know, she, again, you know, I want her to understand that I'm not going to hurt her, and she's got nothing to worry about with me. And I want to build that same trust. And it definitely feels like that we are getting there. So this is my 2.5-year-old Lavender albino, 32% Calatoa, 32% Jampea, super dwarf reticulated python. All right, here is a snake that I've really taken a lot of interest in. And this is a 25% Calatoa super dwarf golden child, and just an amazingly beautiful animal. I do not know if we are going to pick up the colors that this girl has, but she's just an amazing animal. I got her from WB Pythons, which is Weldon Barker, and he was just such a great guy to work with. And he had told me that his daughter was handling this snake for me, keeping her, you know, active and keeping her puppy dog tame, as he called it. And just from the day that I unboxed her, she has just been an amazing retic to own. And I've gotten super fortunate to have not just one retic, but 4 retics in my possession that are puppy dog tame, really puppy dog tame. And this is Ruby. Ruby has just really gotten a very soft place in my heart, especially because of her looks. And she's just a showstopper. When people see her, they're just like blown away by her colors, the rosettes that she has, her eyes. Let's see if I can get a good picture of her head in there. She's just very another inquisitive retic in my collection, and she just shed on Tuesday night for us. So just beautiful, absolutely stunning, and again, beautiful temperament, beautiful attitude, super docile, and just a joy to handle. I mean, the retic has been absolutely a game changer in my collection. So this is Ruby, my 25% Calatoa Golden Child Reticulated Python Super Dwarf. Now, for those of you that weren't introduced to Georgia, this is Georgia, and she is my possible 50% Calatoa Super Dwarf Reticulated Python that I had purchased off Craigslist. Craigslist is usually a big no-no for me, but when somebody had listed this as a 50% Calatoa Super Dwarf, I got super interested. I went down, I checked it out, and I immediately fell in love with this animal. I mean, we've got some concerns regarding her lineage because the people that I purchased her from actually presented me with a receipt that calls her a 50% female Calatoa Super Dwarf. But when I called the breeder didn't want anything to do with giving out any information about any snakes that they had sold. So I really struck out on finding out if she is in fact a 50% Calatoa. She very well could be, but I've reached out to some people, and the responses that I've gotten with my concerns and her actually being Super Dwarf is the only person that's going to know that is the breeder. And she's definitely a wonderful, wonderful animal. She just loves to be out. She's actually in shed right now, and I've really been trying to leave her alone while she's in shed. But she's definitely, absolutely, very, very tolerant when she's in shed and when she's out. So, I just wanted to bring her out basically to show her off and to show her temperament and show how beautiful she is. And she should be shedding here in any day. I mean, her eyes went blue, I believe, early last week. So she's just got some amazing patterns on her body. And she's a little twitchy right now, I think, and that's probably because she's in shed. Sometimes the animals can be in discomfort when they're in shed. So, and that's why I really kind of veer away from handling my animals that are in shed. I get plenty of time to handle them, leave them alone until they have fresh skin on, and then go ahead and rehandle them. But this girl here is just amazing, and she's going around that way, so let's get her this way. She's almost probably close to 8 feet long. Let's see if I can get some patterns of her. Yeah. Very, very personable animal. Love her. Love that yellow head on her. And this is Georgia. And then sometimes you just need a good old morph boa in your life. And here we've got Matilda. Matilda just shed today. And this girl here is just an amazing, amazing animal. When I got her, she was a baby. She was just a little baby boa. And she's probably cresting a little bit bigger than 4 feet right now. But she's got some really good tone to her. She's got some beautiful colors. She's a jungle hypo. At the time I got her, I just wanted a boa constrictor. I had a budget of what I wanted to spend on a boa constrictor, and she met that budget. And so thank you to Morph Market and the ability to go to the internet and purchase a snake in another area and bring it home as a pet and raise that animal. Indian River Constrictors is where I purchased her from, and I have had her for almost 3 years now. So she will be 3 in June. Actually, I take that back. I've had her for the better part of 2 years. I got her in January of 2020. So she's been in my possession for just about a little over 2 years, and just a beautiful animal. She's definitely been changing in color as she gets older. More pinks to her. Her lines are getting a little more defined. love the head on this girl. She has just got a beautiful, beautiful head. Let's see if we can get a good picture of it. Yeah. She's starting to get that adult boa head, the elongated head. It's just she's so amazing and beautiful. Very fortunate that I get to raise this animal. So you guys, that's it. Those are the boas and the pythons that I'm going to share with you today. Please remember, we are having a contest. It ends next week. It's at constrictedandaddicted.com. That's my new website. We are giving away a free snake. It is a male Anri boa coming from Herpnasium. So we're going to pick the winner next week. And got to be 18 years old. Got to show us that you can house a snake. Got to live in the United States. You got to follow Gary's Constrictors on Instagram. Follow this channel, Constricted and Addicted, and then go to Herpnasium on Instagram and follow her as well. Check us out. Get yourself involved. It'll be a good thing. If you go to constrictedandaddicted.com, it will tell you all the rules. That's where you can enter, and we'll be pulling a winner next week. So get in, be a part of, and we'll see you then. Thanks a lot for watching.